Think we're live. Alright. Hello everyone. Oh shit, wait. Okay, I think we're good to go. Just waiting on one more driver to join. We'll have 15 people racing today for Monza, round 9 of the Division 2 Championship. I think we're going. Yep, we're ready and up. One driver missed a cut. I don't know how you're gonna take that long when it's clearly stated the race starts at 8 PM. So just waiting to load in now. I'm streaming in 720p standard, which means I could possibly lag a lot. I'm gonna give a shout out to Moose because he asked for one. It's a stream. Has the link been posted? See that? I think the Mazepin bot is bugging again because the stream isn't. Posted out. So one shot quali around Monza. Well, there's the main difference to watch out for in F2 in Monza. That's a great question, Phil. If I only knew the answer to that. Probably. Well, obviously the braking points, they're a lot earlier than an F1 car. They brake a lot sooner. Can't take some corners obviously as fast as others in comparison to F1 because of the aero. The severe lack of aero compared to the F1 cars. Yeah, lack of ERS obviously. No deployment of that. On a track like Monza, where it's a lot of straight line speed, and it's a huge difference in power, I guess. So as Zelda's he's in P1, going through Ascari now. Nice and smooth on the power. He just kept it there within the limits. Zoom in. It's Young Shots and Callum are swapping positions for P2. And he's gonna take pole 127.776. He beats the nearest driver by nearly 7/10 actually. That's comfortable pole position for him. chat. That's my... Okay. So, yeah, that's Monza on pole position. The Swedish driver takes pole out of Callum for Prema. Jamie P3, the championship leader, on the second row of the grid. Behind him, Young Shots, Sparkles, his teammate. Fraser Fishy, Miles, Verifying P8, ID Shu, Arise P10, Tobias P11, D-Block P12, and then the two HWA drivers not setting a lap time actually, that's not good for them. Swifteen P13, Resolute Rally P14. So, if my maths is correct, which usually is not, Jamie needs to outscore his nearest rival, which I think is verified by 30 points. So that would be... There's many different outcomes. He could win the sprint race, which is 15 points, and then a podium, just a podium in the feature would be enough. Granted that Verify DNFs, he could win both races, and Verify would have to score less than 10 points. There's many different outcomes. It's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen. But he could win the championship today, or we'll see. Every other driver on the grid is going to try and stop him and bring that title fight race to Singapore. As we await the start of the formation lap, which I hope Callum did turn on, which he has. Here we go then, formation lap. Okay, my controller's bugging, which isn't great. Who am I betting on? As a commentator, I can't really say, can I? I have to be unbiased. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just hoping no one DNFs. All 14 drivers can make it to the finish. And yeah. Okay, so that's just uncalled for, and I cannot say. I think. I don't know who's gonna win because it's hard to predict, but I think Arise will be a dark horse. That's all I'm gonna say. I think he's gonna do something special on the track. Maybe Swifty starting from P13. Maybe he'll fight his way up the field. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's a really competitive grid all the way down from P1 to P14. Only 3 people watching right now. I don't think the... Okay, no, Mazepin did ping everyone. And a scary crash. Yeah, that's kind of inevitable, isn't it? But who's gonna crash? Ooh. As the drivers now approaching the Parabolica. So Arise will start from pole ahead of Shu, who's the reserve for Trident today. Verify P3, Miles P4, Fraser Fishy P5, Sparkles P6, Young Shot P7, Jamie down in P8 ahead of Callum and Mama Zelda. Tobias P11, D-Block P12, Swifty P13, and Resolute Rally P14. So we wait now for the rest of the grid to be formed up. Just waiting on who even is that in the back? I got the Tobias, yep. Just waiting on one more car. And the grid is set. Alright, we wait now for the 5 red lights to go out. Here we are, and 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go. And it's a good start from Shu. Actually, no, it's not. It's a bad start, as he's being swarmed now by Miles and Verify. Arise defends his lead. Verify's already up into P2 behind them. So they're going side by side to turn 1, Miles and Verify. There's a bit of contact. Someone cuts the corner. I think that's Sparkles who just cut the chicane completely. We have a 3-second penalty for D-Block. There's a car spinning in the background. There's 2 cars off. It's Shu and D-Block. And I think... So Rise defends his lead. He remains in P1 ahead of Verify and Miles. As there's a battle here actually going side by side. Sparkles and Miles, and Sparkles ahead up into P3. As now Sparkles' teammate Jamie's already up into P5, and he's now got the chance to get up into P4, and he is. And his teammate actually lets him by. Oh, he pushed him a bit widely. He's up in P3. There's a yellow flag behind, D-Block's off, I think. Ascari, that's the first Ascari crash of the day, but he's not out. It's behind, we have a few cars going at it, actually. Whoa, Monza up into P7 out of Swifty. Swifty with a good start. Up into P8. There's a long train now forming of cars. It's Verify. It's right behind our eyes. Shu gets a 5-second penalty, speeding into pit lane. He's made an early stop, probably for repairs, as he got tangled up with D-Block into turn 1. There's a crash behind, I think. There's yellow flags. I think it was for Callum. Might have been for Callum and Fraser Fish. Yes, they're going side by side to the Curva Grande. And Callum defends his lead. He's up in P9. About Swifty and Mama Zelda going side by side through the first Lesmo. They're still going at it. Swifty defends, but Mama Zelda goes around the outside. He makes the move stick as Tobias is out. Retirement. He crashed at the second Lesmo, and it's a virtual safety car. Mandatory pit stops cannot be made under the virtual safety car, I'm pretty sure. Sure, it's a sprint anyways, so you don't want to be pitting. D-Block comes to a full halt there, nearly, not sure. So, that's our first retirement. Tobias out of the session, the Uni Virtuosi driver, I believe. He's crashed down at the second Lesmo. So, actually, Verify is up in P1 when this happened. I missed that. So we're waiting now for the green flag to be waved. For the track to go green. Oh, and Fraser Fisher gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. He was too eager. So Ryan gets a really good launch. He catches Verify napping. He goes around the outside. But Verify defends very well. And Rise has to settle for P2 for now. It's behind him, he's got Jamie, who is chasing down these two, as he needs if he wants to win the championship today. Oh, Rise cut that corner there. And Rise is going to try and pull out here, go around the outside into the entry. No, he has to settle for P2 again, but he gets a really good exit. Verify's gone really wide. He's off the track. He's crashed. He's out of the session. The Prema driver's out. That could be a safety car. Oh, there's a car. Oh no, the other Prema's crashed. Callum's crashed into his teammate. Oh no. Oh dear. Callum was, I think he was squeezed by, I don't know who that was. It's a virtual safety car out on track. Surprised it's not a full safety car. I think Callum was squeezed there. He had nowhere to go. He had a car on his left, so he couldn't go to the left. He obviously had the car in front of him, of Verify, and on the right he had grass and gravel, so he didn't really have anywhere to go. And that's both Premas out on lap 3. And it is a full safety car. Full safety car is out. Arise then into P1. That was a hectic lap 3 there. Two Prema drivers at their home race, by the way, the Italian Grand Prix. That is not good for them. It looked like Verify almost caught it, but he lost it again, and he's out of the session. That's 3 retirements already in the space of 4 laps. Obviously, only the top 8 score points in the sprint race, so Young Shots, D-Block, and Shu are currently outside of the points. D-Block has a chance to catch back up to the field, but he's really far back, and he's... Oh, he could be lapped here with this pit stop. Actually, this could be. Yeah, if I were D-Block, I would have waited. I would have caught up to the pack first and then pit, because now he could get lapped, and I'll put him completely out of contention. And yeah, serving this penalty doesn't help. He will be out of contention probably, unless he gets his pit stop done quickly enough. Let's see, the pack are just coming around Parabolic. I think they'll get ahead of him. I would have stayed out if I were him. And yeah, he's been lapped. He has been lapped, which means he's out of. He's got no chance now. And he's just burned a set for no reason. He should have just stayed out on whatever tires he was on. So yeah, he's now been lapped. He's out of the... Let's see, oh, he actually re-overtakes these two. Yeah, Shu is still... Yeah, he stayed out, he didn't pit, so he'll have a chance to catch. I think... Oh, don't tell me Fraser Fish was trying to serve a drive-through under the safety car. I think he was. Going onto the soft tires. So, Arise P1 ahead of the 2 Carlin drivers. Shu with another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's got 13 seconds now. Resolute's got 8 seconds. D-Block 3 seconds. Fraser Fishy obviously the drive-through penalty. Let's look at the... Have a look at the stats here. Some insight. So, Jamie has recorded 7 feature race wins this season, 2 sprint wins. Overall 8 podiums in feature races, 4 fastest laps. And yeah, on average he scores, I think that's on average, 33 points per race out of 44 possible, or 42 possible. I think it's 42, it's 1 point per fastest lap, so that is a crazy stat. And Verify, meanwhile, he hasn't got a single feature race win, no sprint wins either, 2 podiums in feature races, an average of 13 points per race, and he's retired 3 times actually. That's the 4th time now, I guess. Young Shots has got exactly 100 points. He's next in the championship. Verify's got 105. Young Shots also 0 feature race wins, 0 sprint race wins, 2 podiums in feature races, 3 fastest laps actually. He's only completed 7 races though, and 14 points per race. He's retired twice. Meanwhile, in the constructors, it's Carlin on 330 points, out of Dams on 199, ART on 195, and HWA on 140. Charuz in P5 on 129, Prema in P6 on 87, Univirtuosi in P7 on 55 points, MP on 39 points in P8, in P9 it's Trident on 38 points, and in P10 it's Campos on 18 points. Campos, I'm pretty sure, don't have any Division 2 drivers signed to their team. So, obviously makes points scoring hard. Is the safety car in this lap yet? It's not. Somebody wanted to look at tyres. All right. Yeah, the top 8 are on medium tyres, and P9, P10, P11 on softs. But obviously D-Block is. I think Shoe's been lapped as well. No, he hasn't. He hasn't been lapped, but he does have a minute and 15 seconds to catch back up. So, I don't think he's going to be able to get to the back of the pack. The safety car probably will be in this lap. Let's look. Penalties. Yeah, Fraser Fish obviously with that drive-through doesn't help him. Shu could have a... If he catches up to the field, he could have a good chance to gain some positions, as everyone else is on 6-lap-old mediums. Youngstress actually only got 2 laps old, so he could be a threat. See, we know what he can do in an F2 car. He was signed with MP for season 2. He joined. He was an Aston Martin Division 1 driver last season. Yeah, he's got quite a bit of experience under his belt in this league. Pit stops, yeah. Shu making 3 pit stops actually. Wow. It's a bit mad. There's 9 people watching the stream as the safety car is coming in this lap. So yeah, Shu is not going to be able to catch up. As what is this? Swifty is I think trying to get out of D-Block here. Yeah, D-Block has to let them all by. Yeah, it's been lapped. So when is Royce going to come in? Or when is Royce going to accelerate? Wait for the safety car now to come into the pits. So they're side by side nearly, as Royce is he's gone now. So restart this race. We have 4 laps of racing here in Monza. It's Royce ahead of Jamie and Sparkles, as the 2 Carlin teammates actually are going to go at it. I know Sparkles holds position, as meanwhile Miles behind is going to try and overtake Swifty. It's very close. There's nearly 3 wide there. I think everyone's made it through. There's a lot of contact going on, as Mozel's up into P4 actually. And now he's hunting down the 2 Carlin drivers. And he has a damaged front left end plate actually. That could hinder his chances at getting a podium, as he has Swifty behind. There's on a charge here. He's got Miles putting pressure on Swifty behind for P5. Up ahead though, Jamie's right on the back of Rise, and he's trying to make a move. He can't. There's not enough room there to go for a move. He's going to tuck in right behind him, and he's going to try and make an overtake here into Ascari. It's very dangerous. Easy to spin, but he tries it. Oh, good defending from Rise. As he stays ahead, he goes a bit wide. They both go a bit wide. That's behind. There's a car off. There's a car in the wall. It's Swifty. Swifty's in the wall. Front wing is gone. It's broken. He's down in P9. His teammate, obviously Fraser Fish, has to... Oh no, not teammate. But Fraser Fish has to serve his drive-through. As there's a yellow flag behind him. Must be for Swifty. Meanwhile, the leaders though. DRS not activated yet, but Jamie with the fastest lap is going to try and pull out and make an overtake around the outside of turn 1. Who's going to break the latest? Jamie gets the move done. He's up into P1. And with Verify out, there's a high chance of him winning this championship here. If he can collect all 15 points in this sprint race. And he's got the fastest lap too. That's 1 extra point. Now Rise is under pressure from his teammate Sparkles. It's behind. There's also a big gaggle of cars. I think that's Miles, Mama Zelda. Yeah, Miles putting pressure on the Charouz driver, and actually Mama Zelda going a bit wide. Miles keeping it clean. He's going to tug into the slipstream. Not close enough to make the move yet. But can he get a good exit out of here? Out of Ascari? He does. Oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't. And he's losing that position because of it. He got on the curb and Resolute is up into P5. Resolute does, however, have 8 seconds of penalty, so he probably will lose that position. Unless an absolute miracle happens. And actually, look at that. Resolute's going to try and make a move on Mamozelda. And I think he's done it. Jamie with the fastest lap. He hasn't done it. He's going to try and tuck into the slipstream again. He's going to try and get the move done, turn 1. He sends it on the inside. There's no contact. It's harsh but fair defending from Mamozelda, and he remains in P4. Gap less than a tenth. Can he make the move into the second chicane? He's too far back to make it here. He's going to have to be patient and wait for the next straight. Try and get him with DRS maybe. He's behind Young Shots actually, and Miles. Young Shots is ahead. The ART driver. Up into P6. Back up to the front then, and it's still Sparkles looking at the gearbox of Arise. As Resolute is actually he's got the move done on Mamozelda. Oh, he's very slow. It's probably that wing damage he has. It's hindering him through a scary chicane as Miles is now on the back of him. As there's a retirement. He retired on track, Shu did. It's not ideal. Resolute with another penalty as Mamozelda's off the track. Now look at this battle, Rice is going for the lead, he's just side by side with Jammy. Oh, as Sparkles rear ends him. Rice tries to get a good exit and he hits Sparkles. He's run to the final lap of the sprint race. Rice is fighting for his first ever win in a sprint race, as he's going to try and go around the outside. Jammy defends very well though. But Rice does get a better exit, he takes a tighter line. Jammy cuts him off. Rice will have 2 more chances to get this move done into Ascari and into the Parabolica. He will have DRS, he should be faster on the straight. Depends on the setup, but he is visibly faster. He's going to pull out to the outside. And can he get this move done? Can he seal it off? He has. He's up into P1. And he just has one more corner to defend this lead. He gets a good exit in comparison to Jammy. This could be a... He doesn't make any mistakes now. He should secure P1 as Jammy sends it. Oh, and he's spun nearly. He's made contact, and he might lose P2. No, his teammate lets off the throttle to help him out in the Drivers' Championship, but Arise wins this sprint race by 0.7 of a second. Ahead of Jammy and Sparkles, who finishes off the podium behind though. Still a few positions being swapped around here. But Swifty P8, Fraser Fishy is the final one to cross the finish line, but what do you mean it's not called the Parabolic anymore? What's it called? It was quite a risky move from Jammy. He's lucky he didn't spin. If he spun there and, you know, lost 12 points because of it, that would have been crazy. But I told you before this race that Rise is going to be a dark horse. I told you. He's won the sprint race for MP Motorsport. He was dropped by Prema at the mid-season point. Meanwhile, the 2 Premas DNF'd, so have that. Make whatever you want of it. So let's have a look at the results for the sprint race here in Monza. So it's Arise who collects the 15 points for winning the sprint race, starting from pole. Jamie in P2. Sparkles completes the podium and actually snatches the fast lap as well, so he's got 11 points. We're doing 1 point for fast lap, not 2. Young Shuts in P4, Miles in P5. So it's a good points finish for MP. Momzelda P6, Resolute P7. Swifty collects the final point in the sprint race. Fraser Fishy P9, D-Block P10, and then Shu, Callum, Verify and Tobias all retiring in this race. So that was just a sprint race, so now we just have the feature race left. We have 14 people watching. Wow. Let's check the comments actually. It's looking like a dry feature race. No rain expected, I don't think. Unless it rains later on, it could. Just waiting for drivers to adjust their final strategies, starting tires, all of that. We've got 15 laps. Oh, and someone's just completely... I don't know who that was, right? So yeah, everyone's starting on the soft tire. Actually, Nova's joined the session. That's probably him. So we do have 15 drivers this time round. Now it's Zelda on pole ahead of Callum, so the two Prema drivers have a lot to prove in this feature race, because that's a complete shambles for them in the sprint. Jamie starting P3, Young Shots up in P4, Sparkle starting P5, Fraser Fishy P6, Miles P7, Verify P8, Shu P9, Arise P10, Tobias P11, D-Block P12, Swifty P13, Resolute P14, and Nova P15. So, Jamie needs... He scored 12 points, he needs another 18 points over Verify. So, Jamie needs P2 minimum, and Verify would have to retire or score 0 points. Jamie could also just win the race, and then I don't know what's like the limit Verify would have to score. There's a lot of maths going on. I have to calculate it after the race. All I know is that Jamie's got 15 laps to make it happen, to win his first ever Division 2 championship. Become the 4th ever in history to do it. We've had Jetpack Season 1, what is bad, I forgot. Toxin Season 2, Oliveira Season 3, and then, yep, Jamie with the chance to become the 4th one. As we're waiting for the drivers to get formed up on the grid, get this race underway. The stage is set, and we await the 5 red lights to go out. For 5 red lights, and we're away. And it's Mama Zelda up in P1 ahead of Callum, as Callum gets a flying start and he's up into P1 already. Mama Zelda falling down the order, he's got a Carlin up his inside. And that's Jamie, he's going for the move. Oh, and they touch, and He's nearly squeezed him into the gravel. They're going side by side. Cam's got the better line and he's ahead. Can Monza fight back? He's still alongside. Oh, there's a lot of cars there. Oh, it's Callum! Callum does a wheelie, but he remains in P1. As there's a big crash behind. Who is it? Oh, there's multiple cars off. There's 5 cars off, and yellow flags, D-block in another incident. That's something you don't see every day, is it? As there's some debris flying, there's some garbage flying off. There's a lot of contact. Callum did do a wheelie, and now he's gonna lose his lead unless he defends it. He bangs wheels with Jammy. As that invites Monza back up into P2. There's a lot of positions being swapped right now. Callum needs to settle down and try not to do that again. As there's a... Oh, he's round! Fishy's round! Fishy's round the parabolica. Oh, and he's flipped upside down! By... I don't know who. Oh my... God, his car just reset. I know it wasn't him, obviously. His car was upside down. What has just happened? He spun and then was T-boned. Callum is still in P1. It's hard to commentate with a lot of action happening. Multiple cars are in the pits for their early pit stops to repair damage. My camera work is getting a lot of praise, which is good. But Callum stays in P1. And we have his teammate up in P4 actually. Oh, his Jammy nearly loses it. He remains in P3 though. As the 2 leaders, Mama Zell's up into P1. Lovely move into the first Lesmo. There's hopefully a lot more battling to come in these next 13 laps. So Zella inherits the lead, but for how much longer? As he has a very angry Finnish and British driver in his rearview mirrors. This Callum's actually all over the place here. Now he's very vulnerable from an attack from Jammy, who we know can send it up the parabolica like he did in the sprint race. He tries around the outside. Oh, someone's off at the Ascari chicane. That's either a Dams or a HWA. It's hard to tell. They're the exact same colour. As these two are going side by side. And Jammy's ahead for now as Zelda remains in P1. I thought he was in AI mode there for a second. Oh, Callum's car nearly jumps up again. He needs to stop doing that. Verify in P4 as well. There's a huge pack of 6 cars here, all within a few tenths of each other. Finished off by Sparkles in P6 as Tobias now is out at the Scary Chicane. That's the first retirement, surprisingly, and it's a virtual safety car. So the drivers need to slow down, stick to the delta, and that gives me a breather. Okay, right. I think that was Fishy who spun earlier. Yeah, he's getting his front wing replaced, and he's gone onto the medium tyre. Can he go to the end on those? Hard to tell. He's just been overtaken by Shu and Miles, who also pit earlier. Miles has actually gone into another set of softs, so he's going to have to pit again. As we wait for the track to go green again. It's only 6 people watching. How do we have more people watching the sprint than the feature race? People are missing out. So we wait for the track to go green then. Zelda P1 ahead of Jammy, Callum, Verify, Young Shots, Sparkles and Arise. As the front 6 are still very close to each other. Who's gonna catch who napping? Who's gonna get the better restart? As we're going green again, no one gets a drive-through penalty this time. Right on board with Young Shots as he's chasing on Verify. He a bit squirmish on the exit, loses a few tenths. As now he's very vulnerable to an attack from Sparkles. He's right up his gearbox. And he's going to try and get the move done. He sends it down the inside. This could be very tight. He's made it stick. He's up into P5. Lovely move. As the two Carlin drivers in P3 and P4. Wonder if they'll swap positions since Callum is a reserve driver. As DRS is finally enabled as well. But Jamie is outside of the 1 second range to Mama Zelda. Meanwhile, Callum's actually trying to put pressure on the championship leader. Everyone clean through the Ascari chicane, it seems. No spins this time round. Callum trying to get the smooth on. He's not close enough yet. Can he get a good run here down this main straight with DRS? He's gaining, he's gaining. He's gonna pull out. He brakes, but does he brake late enough? I don't think he does. Jamie defends, and he remains in P2. Callum unable to capitalise, and now his teammates ride up his gearbox as well. The two Prema drivers need to plan this out. There's some good points here on the line. Behind D block in P11, actually, right up behind Swifty. Can he make this move done for the 1 point in P10? He's gonna send it. And D block jumps the chicane as well, but he does get the move done. A very robust move, but he's done it. And he's up into P10. Back up to the front of the pack though, and Jamie has extended his gap to Callum by a few tenths. He's got 2 seconds out to Mama Zelda. As the two Prema drivers, I think they swapped positions. Verify's now in P3, and he's been given the green light to chase after his championship rival Jamie. Callum, meanwhile, is going to have to defend from the other Carlin driver of Sparkles. Mama Zelda sits a fast lap of the race. As, we have Swifty retiring, and I think... Yeah, we have... The two Premas, have they double stacked? Oh, why have they done that? It is a safety car, I guess. But this is going to cost them a lot of time. It is a safety... I was going to say, is this some quick reflex reaction from the three drivers pitting? They saw on the mini-map that Swifty's retired. So they all made the call to pit, and they did bank on the safety car, and it was the correct call. The safety car is out. Mama Zelda is staying out, because he did miss the pit lane entry. So the two Prema, to be fair, Callum only lost 1 position to Nova. So it could have been worse. I think the double stack might have been the right choice, actually, after all. As, yeah, look, the top 5 missed the pit lane entry. Mama Zelda, Sparkles, Youngshots, Arise and Resolute all missing the pit lane entry. They just went past it as the safety car came out. That was a smart call from Jamie, Verify and Callum, to be fair. As they've made their one and only pit stop. Well, planned pit stop anyways. They never know, they could always get damage. It's possible. So I don't know what's going on here. These two keep swapping positions. I'm guessing all of them are going to pit. Yeah, Mama Zelda pulls in Sparkles. He pulls in. Youngshots is going to pull in. Rise and Resolute probably as well. Yep. So everyone is in. Let's look at Mama Zelda's pit stop then. See if everything goes smoothly. And yep, he's also gone onto the medium tire. As everyone else does, yep. Actually, Arise getting his wing changed. That's going to lose him a bit of time. As Mama Zelda, actually, is he going to remain in P1? He is, actually, comfortably. So in the end, actually, he didn't lose anything by missing the the pit lane. He remains in P1. Jammy's in P2. Verify P3. Callum, though. Callum losing a heap of positions with the double stack. So I was wrong. No, that was the bad call. Going in for the double stack. Prema have bottled it with the strategy, the engineers. Kind of like Ferrari in real life. And it's got penalties. No one's actually got any penalties. That is crazy. Never seen that before. Oh, Resolute's left the session. Going to invite him back. I'll do that real quick. Alright, I've sent him an invite, so he should join back. Nothing's changed. Fishy on soft tyres. Needs to catch up to the field. Miles, D-block and shoot. Oh, Swifty's also. Oh yeah, he did DNF. I did forget about that. President hasn't joined back. What is that? Who just pretended to go into the pit lane? That might have been Sparkles. Miles gets a penalty under the safety car. Well, I spoke too soon then. That's the first penalty of the race. So we have just gone past the halfway point. We've completed 8 laps. I'm not sure what the maths are for the Constructors' Championship, but I think that championship isn't settled yet either. But Canon also have even with the points deduction imposed on them, they have a enormous lead of over 100 points, I believe. So yeah, they're really dominating this this Division 2 championship on both fronts. So we're waiting for the safety car to come in. Is it gonna come in this lap? We're still waiting on Fishy to catch up to the rest of the pack, but he's all the way down in Sector 1, so... But I think we're gonna do one more lap. Yeah, it doesn't look like the safety car's heading into the pit lane yet. So Fraser Fishy should be able to catch back up. So let's actually look at the position changes. So Resolute Rally actually making up the most positions, but he is in AI. He has left the session, which is a shame. It's a good drive so far. Verify making up 5 positions. Nova making up 6. I think he started last place. D-Block making up 1. Jammy making up 1. Arise making up 3. Then Callum losing 6. Callum started this race in P2, so yeah, the double stack didn't pay off for him. Shu losing 1 position, Miles losing 5, and Fishy actually pitting again. Why is he pit again? He's definitely not going to catch up to the rest of the pack now. He is down in P13. He lost 7 positions. But yeah, this safety car is probably going to come in this lap, so he won't be able to catch up to the field. He's got to hope that another safety car comes out, but it's highly unlikely, I think, with so little laps remaining. Safety car is in this lap. Mama Zelda is going to control the pace in Sector 3. He's no stranger to winning races in Division 2. He's done it before in Season 2, Season 3, and he's gone now. I think he's gone now. He's accelerated. So we're going racing again on lap 10. As Jamie actually, he's gonna pull alongside him. They're side by side. He's gonna make it 3 wide. Actually, young shots, and he gets both of them. There's a huge pack of cars. This can only end badly, but they've all made it through. Jamie and his teammate there at the back, verified out in P5. And they bang wheels actually. There's a lot going on. Verify he's going to try and make this move then. Oh, he's not been given a lot of room there, and he nearly goes onto the grass. But Monza loses the lead. Young shots with an incredible restart. Went absolutely flying down the inside of 2 drivers as there's someone off. It's yellow flags. Oh, D-Block has no front wing and he's off in the gravel. Oh, that's not good. That's a yellow flag there in Sector 2. Back to the front though, and Amazelda. He has to defend from Jamie now. Zerais collects a 3-second penalty down in P6. Everyone makes it through. Oh, someone's gone really wide there. So 2 Carlin drivers are hunting down Amazelda and Young Shots. This could be Young Shots' first feature race win of the season if he brings it home like this. So 2 Carlin drivers are actually swapping positions, I think. Sparkles is going for it. He's going to try and battle his teammate. He's got nowhere to go though. It's behind him, verifying her eyes. Oh, very squirmish, and actually Jamie gets ahead of Amazelda for P2. They're going side by side. They touch wheels. Who's going to break the latest? Oh, and he's touched him. He hasn't spun though, and he gets a nice switch back. They're still going at it. I think Jamie's ahead. They're still going side by side through the first Lasmo. D-Block retires in the pits, but Jamie gets P2. He's ahead of Amazelda. Flag Sector 1. Oh, there's a retirement. Miles is out. And there's a safety car. There actually is another safety car. A few drivers are going to pull into the pits then. Oh, he speeds. Nova speeds in the pit lane. Shu is in as well. Resident's gonna stay out and he's gonna try and catch up to the field now. Same with Fishy. Is Resident still in AI? I think he is. Yeah, he is still in AI mode. His AI's been doing half this race. Okay, we have another safety car then. 4 drivers have retired now. I'm trying to clip the clip of Callum jumping over the curb. Some sight. Waiting for everyone to close back up to the pack. Nova, Shu, Fraser, Fishy and Resolute. As I think we're only going to have two laps of racing. A lot of safety cars. Alright then, done that. I've clipped the amazing wheelie done by Callum there on lap 1. As safety car is in this lap. So we have two laps of just sprint race action. It's not everyone's actually caught up to the safety car. 4 drivers at the back haven't really had the chance. But we're away, Young Shots is away. And he has to defend this lead for 2 more laps. But he's under attack from Jammy. Oh, there's a lot of lagging going on. Oh, and they've touched wheels. And Jammy's made the move, but he's... Oh, they're both off! He's out! Jammy's out of the race. Out of the chance for a win. He's got no front wing. And Verify then is up into P3, and this, as it stands, the championship fight is going into Singapore. Spackles is now up into P2. Zelda's back up into P1. As there'll be a report definitely into the stewards from Jammy there. People were saying that there weren't that many Division 2 incidents being reported, but there probably will be one now. Oh, who is that? I wasn't looking. Oh, his other one really wide. And Sparkle's now on the back of him. He's unable to make the move just yet, but he's literally sniffing his gearbox. As Nova's retired, which means everyone who finishes the race now will score a point. As the 2 are now going at it last lap. It's the last lap of the race. Sparkles is ahead. He's made the move. Stick as I think Monza spun. He has. He's lost it. Oh my days. He has lost it, and now he's got Fishy and Jammy. Jammy with no front wing. He's been limping around. As Arise actually... Oh, the 2 Prema drivers. They're going at it. Arise is back up into P2, but he does have penalties. He's got 3 seconds, so as it stands, it's a double Prema podium after a double sprint race DNF. Sparkles is looking to take this win unexpectedly. has to be said. The two Prema boys know they don't have to make this overtake stick, they just have to stay behind our eyes. It's behind actually. Zelda gets past the Jammy there. Oh, who is that? Oh! Shoot, gets it all wrong. There's only like one more corner left. You don't want a DNF now as Sparkles. Oh my! He's made it over the line. I thought he crashed a bit too early. He has won the race. And it's a double Prema podium. Arise P4. Jeez. A lot happened there. It's a crazy race. It's hard to tell who's going to win that. Behind the second safety car. The three that I thought were certain all crashed out or binned it. Jammy, Young Shots and all that, so... That's Sparkles then taking the win for Carlin, so even with Jammy down the order without a front wing, Carlin still managed to secure the win. So the results then, let's have a look at this. Sparkles with the fast lap as well actually, he gets a fast lap in both sessions. And verified in P2, Callum P3, Rise P4, missed out on the podium because of the penalties. He just about, look at the gap from P4 to P5, that is 6 thousandths of a second. And Fishy P6, Monza P7, it's a major L for him. He was in P1 comfortably. He got pole as well. Jammy as well, P8, which means the championship is going to Singapore. Hasn't been settled yet. Shu in P9, Resolute gets the final point. And Nova, Miles, D-Block, Swifty and Tobias all retire. And that completes round 9, the Division 2 Championship. Thank you all for watching, and good night. Ooh.